Okay. Hari Om. Manisha Pancakam. First shloka. Arnamayat Arnamayam Athava Chaitanyameva Chaitanat Dvijavara Duri Kartum Vanchati Kim Bhuhi Gacha Gachati. Second shloka. Kim Ganga Guni Bimbite Ambaramano Chandalabati Paya Pure Chantaramisti Kanchana Ghati मृत्कुंभयोर्पंबरे प्रत्यक वस्तुनि निस्तरंग सहजानात् आनंद विमोदनाभो विप्रोयं सकुजोयं अमिति भीमान् कोयं भेद भ्रम जाग्रत स्वप्न सुसुप्तिषु स्फुटतरा संवित् उज्जृम्भते या ब्रह्मादि पिपीलिकान्ततनुषु प्रोता जगत् साक्षिणी सैवाहं न च दृश्यवस्ति ज्ञाति यस्यास्ति चेत् चण्डालोऽस्तु सतु द्विजोऽस्तु गुरुरिति सा मनीषा मम ब्रह्मैवामिदं जगच्च सकलं चिन्मात्र विस्तारितं सर्वं चैतद विद्यया त्रिगुणया अशेषमया कल्पितम् इत्थं यस्य दृढामति सुखतरे नित्ये परे निर्मले चण्डालोऽस्तु सतु द्विजोऽस्तु गुरुरित्येषा मनीषा मम. Okay. Hari Om. Welcome to this very tiny verse, Manisha Pancakam by Bhagavan Shankaracharya. We have already covered some portions. Now we are looking at verse number 2. Okay. Now listen at this. We have already done the introduction, how Bhagavan Shankaracharya is walking up the steps of the Ganga Ghat in Varanasi, and he encountered a sweeper, a chandala, with the brooms in hand. He was very unkempt, and then Shankaracharya told him, get away, we are walking to the Bhagavan's temple. Will become nullified if you come on the way, because we are coming after the bath. So what Chandala replied was a very surprising, and it hit Shankaracharya hard. Then he understood that he is not a Chandala, he is the pure incarnation of the Lord. Then in his reply, he has, in the first sloka, that is verse number 1, he says that this is my deep conviction. If somebody can talk like this, somebody can say what is Nitya, Anitya, Pari Chaitanya, how will you separate the Chaitanya from the Jiva, all that, but he's told in the first 2 slokas. If somebody knows this, he is my guru. This is my firm conviction. So he says, who has realized that what is Drishya, what is Drashta. Everywhere same consciousness illumines every experience. Whether you are in a waking state or a dream state or a deep sleep state, all the 3 states are illumined by the same consciousness all the time. So, the entire universe is, the Brahman is witnessed by the same consciousness. The same spark of life is pervading in all of us. Not only the human beings, also in the all inanimate objects. So, if such person knows this person who knows this Vedantic truth, then he is my Guru. So now, this verse was giving us on the basis of, as I told you, this is on basis of a what you call Mahavakya. And that Mahavakya was the first Mahavakya, Prajnanam Brahma. The consciousness itself is Brahman. Whatever you see in this universe, that is Brahman alone. Or whatever Brahman is spreading everywhere. So you cannot differentiate between this is inert and this is sentient, or this is this is stone, or this is river, or mountain, or a dog, or a cat. You cannot differentiate. Everywhere the consciousness, that Chaitanya is pervading everywhere. You cannot differentiate. This is Prajnanam Brahma. Consciousness is Brahma. Now, the next sloka is working on the next Mahavakya. That is Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. What does it mean? It means I am Brahman. This is from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad and Yajurveda. Yajurveda, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So, now see what he has told in this. Let us go for the meaning of this. I will give you the word meaning first, then pada meaning, then padartha meaning. Okay? Pada means a word, and padartha means the whole sentence. Okay? Brahme baha midam jagatcha sakalam. It is संधि विच्छेद होता है ब्रह्म एव अहम इदम जगत च सकलम. I am the Brahman. The Jagat, the entire Jagat is me, and that is Brahman. Brahman eva, this alone, Brahma alone is me. This whole world is also, I am the Sakalam Jagat, I am Brahma. And how is it? Chinmatra Vistaritam. Chit Matra. That means pure consciousness is spread over. Vistara is spread over. It's pervading everywhere. Chinmatra Vistaritam. Second line, Sarvam Chaitada Vidyaya Trigunaya. Sarvam. Sarvam means all. It is separated. Sarvam Sa Etad Avidyaya Trigunaya. So all this is avidyaya, by ignorance. Avidya is ignorance. All whatever you see, what you describe, no, the entire universe is Brahman. So how the universe is created? It says sarvam cha etad avidyaya. All this is created because of avidya. Avidya of what? That Brahman alone. Avidya, by ignorance. Then said Trigunaya. Triguna is what? Three guna. By the three gunas. Gunas of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Okay? So, the entire universe is a play, is a creation of that, because of that Trigunaya, that Maya, Avidya. Asesam maya kalpitam. Asesam, not sesam. That means there is nothing left out, not leaving anything. Maya kalpitam. Kalpitam means is projected or by imagined. Is projected by Maya. Maya means by me. The entire Jagat is projected by me. Okay, third line. Itham yasya drudamati sukhatare. Ittam means and also Yasya Drudamati, the one who has got this firm understanding, Drudamati, Sukha Tare Nitya Pare Nirmale. Sukha Tare Nitya. That means that eternal bliss and Nitya is eternal. Sukha Tare is a bliss. Pare Nirmale. Pare is a supreme, Paramatma, the supreme Atma. So Pare Nirmale is a pure Nirmala. So what is describing here? It is that Brahman is Nitya Pare Nirmale. He is the supreme, he is the purest, he is the eternal. And fourth line, Chandalostu Satu Dijastu. Chandala Astu Sa. Sa means he. He may be Chandala too, but Dvija also. He may be Dvija also. Whatever he is. Chandalostu Satu Dijastu Guru Rityesa Manisha Mama. Guru iti Esa Manisha Mama. He is my Guru. This is my firm conviction. Okay. So I gave you the pada, meaning of the each pada, each word. Now I am giving you the meaning of the full sloka. So how is describing? First he is describing that what is that supreme bliss? The person who is having the direct experience, he who is in direct experience of this supreme bliss, supreme eternal bliss, has come. It comes from his firm understanding, firm conviction. Manisha Mama, no? Manisha Mama means firm conviction. So his firm conviction is that the entire universe is but an extension or extensive play of pure consciousness. Whatever the entire universe you see, it is only a play of the pure consciousness. What do you mean a play of the pure consciousness? Means it is projected from the consciousness only. The Brahman is pure consciousness. From that Brahman, this is projected. Projected means it's like projection karte hai na aise. It is coming out of that. And this projection is because of the ignorance, avidya. Ignorance. How the avidya is there? Because the three gunas are there. Avidya because of the three gunas. The sattva, rajas, tamas gunas, they are coming from the Brahman only. From the Bhagavan only. That is the moods of his mind. Sometimes he is in the sattva, his mind is, the mood is sattva, sometimes his mood is rajas, sometimes it's a tamas. But he himself is Brahman all the time. Even though all these changes are taking place, the rajas, tamas, sattva, rajas, tamas is going on, all this avidya is there, and it's a projection of that avidya, and he is the Sakti, the power, the avidya, the triguna is the power of that, the Maya is the power of that Paramatma, and the creation is because of the Maya, but still he himself is that Brahman. And that Brahman who is my Guru. This is mine. He may be a sweeper or he may be a Brahmana, but he is my Guru. Any doubt in the word meaning still now? No. Very good. Very good. So what is this sloka? What it is saying? The main theme of this sloka is, I told you, Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. Okay, that is a Mahavakya. But another theme that we can say, that I often quote, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. That means whole Brahman is the truth. The eternal Brahman is the truth, and entire Jagat is a projection. It's a illusory. It is not true. Even though it's existing, it is not true. You know that Brahma Jnana Vali Mala. In that, this sloka is composed by Bhagavan Shankaracharya. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmeva Napara Anena Vedya Sat Sastram Iti Vedanta Dindima. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmeva Napara Anena Vedyam Sat Sastram Iti Vedanta Dindima. This is from Brahma Jnana Valimala. This Brahman is Satyam and Jagan is
Yeah.
Mithya. But then Jiva and Brahma are one. Okay. So how it is possible? How we can say that the Jagat is Mithya? We observe the real world. We see the world outside. We see the earth, the sea, the mountain, the sky, the tree, the plant, the animal. Everybody is there. So if they are existing, how can it be Mithya? Unreal. See, to know that, you must understand that meaning of Mithya. Mithya doesn't mean it's a lie. जो बोलते हैं ना मिथ्या मतलब somebody talking mithya means he is lying. It is not lie. Mithya means it's a illusory. We think it is there, but it is not there. Okay. So it is true that all these objects, the people, everybody exists in this world. You don't deny. When you say mithya, you don't deny that it is not there. But we say that it is unreal. Unreal means it is not real. So how it happened then? Because the way that we misinterpret our mind and intellect, that is not real. We think that this is real, but it is not real. It's a delusory misconception. The thinking is delusory. It's like a delusion. We think it is there, it is not there. But this explanation, Vedanta gives a very scientific, logic-based explanation. I'll give you an example. All of you must have heard there is an example of Raju Sarpa. How many of you heard Raju Sarpa example? Come on, follow. But I'll repeat that, even though
Rope and snakes.
yes, rope and snake.
Thank God I remembered.
Okay. Good. Very nice, Narayani. So when you see a rope in a semi-dark evening, when you're walking on the path, you see a rope lying there. You sometimes you know or you may not know. Because you do not know very convincingly that this is a rope. So you mistake it. You mistake that this is something lying on the very long one and sometimes say curling and all that, sometimes you make a mistake as a snake. Then once you think that it is a snake, your mind also takes over. Then mind becomes fearful. You are very afraid. Your heartbeat also goes up. You think what to do, how to save yourself. Maybe your temperature also will go up. You'll breathe faster. And then you may take some action. You may look for a You may think that I'll run away from here, or you can take a stick and try to beat the snake. All that will happen. All this will happen till the time you do not know that this is a rope. But the moment you know it, that the ignorance is removed, that this is not a rope. Maybe you use a torch, or somebody comes near you and he tells that it's just not a snake, it's a rope. Once the knowledge comes that this is a rope, then the snake vanishes. Where the snake come from? Where did the snake go? And not only that, your fear also goes away. Your heavy breathing also goes away. You don't want to run away. All that happens. It's a fact of life. So where did the snake come from? And where did it go? The snake was a imagination of your mind. Kalpitam. And it was because you did not know fully that this is not a rope. You know something is lying, but you do not know that it's not a rope. So jnana bhava. That means ajnana. Because of ajnana only, you thought this. If you have not seen the rope, you will never say that there is a snake. Or if it is fully light place and fully lighted and you see clearly, then you will never think that there is a snake. When thoda gyan hai, thoda gyan nahi hai. It's a semi-dark place. So, to remove that illusion, what you did, you put a torchlight or some knowledge somebody gave. So your jnana comes back, your knowledge comes back. You are realizing that this is in truth, this is a rope, not a snake. So you requiring that light, the light of knowledge, that removes your ajnana. And along with that, ajnana, what it had projected as a snake, that also goes away. Okay? So same way, the entire world is projected by us, by the ajnana. And that ajnana is not my ajnana alone. It is the ajnana from the eternity, from the Paramatma. I'll tell you about that. And that ajnana is also called Maya. Maya is what? Illusion. That the Jadugar, what he shows, that is Maya. So, when one realizes that this is the pure truth, this is the pure consciousness, then all these things vanishes. That once ignorance goes away, then the illusion, the illusory world created by Maya, this also vanishes. So the rishis and munis, they assert that the moment our illusion is, and the avidya is replaced by vidya, that means we gain the knowledge of the true self, the Paramatma, the jnana, then that Brahma Satyam, that jnana, then this mithya world vanishes. Then you will not experience this world. A sansara will not be there. The illusory misconception of the world will go away. How does a world can go away? This question may arise in your mind. So much, if the big world, the universe is seen, and we observe that, and this all existence is brick and mortar, how can it go away? We are thinking this is brick and mortar. We are thinking that is real, this is existing. The same way that we think when you are dreaming. All of you have dreamed, no? Are you dreaming or not sometimes? Sometimes it's good to dream also. So when you dream, you create another world, and that is called dream world. And the dream world is created by whom? You have created, your mind has created. Actually, there is no dream world. Right? The mind has created. And the dream world, when you create, there will be roads and aeroplanes, and you'll fly every day, or you can fly with an elephant also, you can fly. Huh? All these things are there. All the impossible things also happen in the dream world. This because it's a projection of the mind. But when you, because this is half world, mind is half there. Mind is working half time. Full mind is not available that time. That's why the projection is there, and you make your own world. Some relations also develop. Somebody, there are so many stories on this. Somebody goes and gets married, and he has children and grandchildren, and then he wakes up and there is nobody. Okay. In that 10-15 minutes of dream, you have lifetimes of experience, isn't it? But the moment you wake up, this experience vanishes. Because you come into contact with the, Jagrata Avastha, then you say, oh, this was a dream, and this is not real, this is all illusion. Same way, when you wake up from this Jagrata Avastha to the pure consciousness, the higher level, then you will say that that is the truth and this is all illusion. Whatever is happening here in Jagrata Avastha, Swapna Avastha, and also Sushupta Avastha, whatever you have experienced is all illusion, because now I know the truth, this is all mithya. This is how the Jagat becomes mithya. Then who you are? Are you this person who is dreaming, or are you the person who is in the Jagrata Avastha, you are experiencing so many objects of the world, or are you the person who is one with the Lord? I'll tell you a story. Janak Maharaj. Janak Maharaj was a great scholar. So one day he was sleeping in his bed in the palace. He was sleeping and all that, then he had a dream. In the dream, he was a beggar. And the beggar, he had a jula, he was walking on the street, the beggar, but he was very hungry. In a dream, he was hungry. And he was also thirsty. So that hunger and thirst of the beggar made him very upset. And he was almost on the verge of collapse while he was walking. Then he saw somebody offering some bhiksha. So he went nearby. And somebody gave him some khichdi. In a begging bowl, he put some khichdi. And he was going to eat that. A bird came from top and lifted the begging bowl and went away. He started crying. He started being very sad. He started crying. And with the cry, he woke up in the bed. Okay? Janak Maharaj crying because he was begging and did not get food. And then when he woke up in the waking world, he was still sleeping in the bed. But he cried so much. Then he shouted, He shouted so much that the guards and the queen, they started rushing in the night to the bedroom. They said, what happened, what happened? He kept on repeating, I am this or I am that. I am this or I am that. That means I am this Raja sleeping in the bed, or I am the beggar begging food in the street. Who am I? He continued to talk like that. Hey, some people thought that they are mad. Early in the morning, the mantris came, and then other people came. They say something has gone wrong with the Maharaj. They called the Guru. Ashtavakra Rishi, he called. So he asked Ashtavakra Rishi, he asked the question, he narrated the story. Then he asked, who am I? I'm this or I'm that. I'm this or I'm that. Then the Guru said, you are not this nor that. Neither you are this Raja nor you are the beggar. You are that Paramatma. So this is all what it proves. The dream state is unreal, illusory. Same way the waking state is also illusory. Only the Paramatma is the truth. So that's why we say there are three levels of satta. Three levels. Vyavaharika satta, then pratibhasika satta, then paramarthika satta. That satta, that existence or reality, one is vyavaharika. Whatever you are transacting in the daily transaction, you have one way of transacting. You know the people, you have the experience. Vyavaharika. But pratibhasika is also pratibhasika means what you are dreaming. That is also another satta. Then you have the paramarthika satta. That paramartha is there, Bhagavan is there. Once you are with that, the satta is different. So both, Vyavaharika and the pratibhasika, they are not real. You wake up from this world to that world and to the paramarthika world. Okay. So this is called illusion. This is called avidya. This is called maya. Okay. So once when you realize the truth, the Brahman, in that state of awareness, the seer shall realize that the waking world and the dream world, they are all mithya. They are all illusion. How does this happen? Because the entire see, in the beginning, the Paramartha or the Paramatma, he was in a state of equilibrium. That means there is no halchal hota hai. There is no disturbance. So when there is a disturbance in this equilibrium, in that infinite nature, then there is a projection of this srishti. All these are projected, kalpita. So all these are projected by the individual and also by the total. And this is the projection of your mental gunas, three gunas. What is this three guna? This is nothing but maya. In Vivek Chudamani, there is a beautiful sloka. Vivek Chudamani, sloka number 108. अव्यक्त नामनी परमेश शक्ति अनाद्य विद्या त्रिगुणात्मिका माया कार्यानुमेया सुधैव माया यया जगत सर्वमिदं प्रसूयते. It became like Latin listening to you, or could you understand anything? Abhyakta namni paramesha sakti. That he is describing Maya here. What is Maya? It is Abhyakta namni paramesha sakti. It is immortal. And it is Abhyakta. It is unmanifest. And paramesha sakti, it is the power of that Paramatma. Anadya vidya trigunatmika para. It is anadi. It is avidya. Anadi means there is no beginning. And avidya means is ignorance. And trigunatmika maya. Triguna, all the three gunas. Sattva, rajas, tamas. These are the maya's quality is that. Maya's attributes are Triguna, all the three. That is Trigunaatmika Para. How do you know Maya? Because it's Abhyakta. You can know Karyanu Maya Sudhi Eva Maya. Only through its effects. You cannot directly see what is Maya, but the effect you can see. There is a beautiful composition by Vivekananda on Maya. What is Maya? Nicely says, I cannot repeat the full thing, but he says that Maya you are encountering every day. The sun is not listening to you, he is going overboard and doing something else which you don't like, but still you care for him, you love him. That is Maya. Because you are so attached that Maya will hold bonding with you. Whatever he does, you will never say he is a bad boy. That is Maya. Same way, many examples she has given. So this Maya has created the universe. So one who has ended this avidya with the jnana? How can you end this avidya? Through jnana only. One who has ended this avidya, the spiritual ignorance, how will he end this? With the vidya. Avidya can be ended with vidya. What vidya? Brahma vidya. Isn't it? सांसारिक ज्ञान से ब्रह्म विद्या नहीं, अविद्या जाएगा नहीं. Avidya can go with Brahma Vidya. Right? So, he alone lives in bliss. He is the realized person. He is the guide, he is the light, and he alone becomes my Guru. So, this is what Shankaracharya said. Chandalastu sadvijastu Guru Sesha Manisha Pancakam. So, a person who is established in that state of eternal bliss, he is a man of realization. He revels in Ananda all the time. He experiences those traces of joy all the time. There is no sorrow in the world. And he doesn't experience any of these sansarika ups and downs. And this state is describing as Nitya. Nitya means eternal. And he is saying it's beyond time and space. And all sorrows, sufferings of the body, mind, intellect, they also go out. Because you are enjoying the eternal bliss. Why these small things will happen to you? There is no place for it. This is infinite, limitless bliss that he experiences. And this experience is that I am that Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. A person who gets bogged down with the mundane, limited dimensions of Aham. Some people say, I am this. That is Ahankara. That is ego. That is not Atma, Paramatma. As I told you, there are two levels of Atma. One is the lower level, one is the higher level. Lower level is the Ahankara, Jivatma. Higher level is the Paramatma. If you get attached to these worldly things, then you are Jivatma. You continue to suffer with the Ahankara. All the time ego will be there. Why this person spoke to me like this? How dare he talk to me like this? So that is Ahankara. But then if you broader picture, you associate with the totality, then such thinking will not come. You get out of these limitations of Ahankara, then you identify with the unlimited dimension of that Aham, that is Paramartha Center, then you are a realized person. You are fulfilled. You are limitless. And you have no security is bound. You don't require security because you have no bhaya. There is no danger for you. Because you are the full, you are the complete, you are the total. So this is the firm conviction which Shankaracharya says, Aham Brahmasmi. And he says, in the beginning he says, Brahma eva aham idam. I alone is a Brahman and I am also the Jagat. In the first line he says, I alone is a Brahman, I alone is a Jagat. Here this avidya that we are talking about, avidya is ignorance. Ignorance, that avidya also different types of avidya is there. Okay. This is a mula vidya. Mula avidya means from the beginning or beginningless, This is coming from the Paramatma only. Paramatma, Paramesha Shakti. So this is the total, this is Brahmaji's, the Brahman's avidya only. So total, that's why they can create the total universe. As an individual, I can create my universe, I am my Jagat. With my avidya, I can create my Jagat, but that Jagat will be limited. But when it is created out of the Brahman's avidya, then it can create the entire universe. So, a individual avidya or ignorance cannot project the total universe. And he says, Asesam Maya Kalpitam. Maya Kalpitam, who is saying? That Brahman. That is a Kalpita, his imagination or his created projection. Okay. And I told you about Trigunatmika, all the three gunas. So, Sukhatare. Sukhatare means, it comes Yasya Drudamati Sukhatare. That means he is already in the higher level of Sukha, the bliss. It is not Alpa Sukha. They say, Na Alpe Sukham Asti. You don't get small happiness. You don't get satisfied with small pleasures, because you are the you yourself is the Ananda. Your own Swarupa is the Ananda. That is called Bhumananda. Bhumananda, infinite bliss. So Taittiriya Upanishad, it is there. Bhumananda. I am that supreme, I am that pure. He's saying Nitya Pare Nirmale. Okay. So he knows what he is teaching. So that's why Guru says, I have no hesitation to accept him as my Guru. So what is the takeaway from here? Aham Brahmasmi, yes. But you see, the whole mantra or the sloka projects that whatever you see, you as an individual, as a jiva, or the objects of the world, the Jagat, everything is Brahman. There is nothing other than Brahman. That Paramatma is all pervading everywhere. And that Paramatma is also the abode of Ananda, and limitless Ananda, and pure existence. All these attributes that we talk about, existence, consciousness, bliss, this is what Paramatma is, this is what the Brahman is. And because he is present everywhere, you cannot imagine his presence. There is nothing beyond him. So that's why in Mundaka Upanishad, you have all of us have studied Mundaka Upanishad. Remember one sloka, one mantra where he says, Brahma is everywhere. Brahman, आगे पीछे दाएं बाएं सब जगह में है. याद है ऐसा एक मंत्र? It says, Brahma eva idam amrutam. पुरस्तात् ब्रह्म, पश्चात् ब्रह्म, दक्षात् च उत्तरे च उत्तरेण अधोश्च ऊर्ध्वं च प्रसृतम्. ब्रह्मम् एदं विदं विश्वमिदं परिष्टम्. You see what? Mundaka Upanishad, chapter 2, section 2, 11 mantra. Brahma eva idam amrutam. The Brahman is immortal. Everywhere, immortal. It doesn't die or it doesn't get burned. All immortal. And he says, Urasat Brahma, Paschat Brahma. You see, aage, piche. Everywhere you will see Brahman is present. Then he says, Dakshinatascha Uttarena. That means on the right hand side he is there, then on the left hand side he is there. Okay? Then he says, Adhascha Urdhamcha. That means below you also Brahman is present and Upar also is present. Then he said Prasrutam, that means he is spread out everywhere. Brahma Vedam Vishwamidam Varishtam. This alone is the Supreme Brahman. He is present at all time, all places, and it is a Amrutam. Brahma Veda Vishwamidam Varishtam. So this is the all-pervading Brahman everywhere, and this is the projection of that Brahman. That Jagat is created, and that created Jagat is out of the Brahman himself, as is avidya, as is maya, as is illusion. This world is an illusion. But I am that. But the beginning he says, Brahma eva aham idam jagat. I am alone in this Brahman and this Jagat. So there is no difference. I am the Jagat. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman, I am Jagat. So it explains the Mahavakya of Aham Brahmasmi from, the Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad. Sorry, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Okay. With this, we conclude that how Bhagavan Shankaracharya has explained this sloka. Yeah. Okay, Hariam.